morning, folks. It is the day after of a somber ceremony that brought out a lot out of me. Coffee. I need it. Some mornings I wake up and I can deal without the coffee, and other days I need coffee. Coffee usually helps elevate the blood pressure. And for people who are watching the blood pressure, caffeine is an enemy. Well, I probably am in dire need of medical situations down the road, probably heart condition, heart attack, and stroke situation. I'm not giving up my damn coffee unless I have to. With regards to be constantly living on this stuff, I have dealt with days, weeks, and years dealing with coffee because I needed it to handle a hell of a lot of stressful situations. You use it as the warmth, you use it as a friend, you just use it. Probably as an addiction too. It's not that easy dealing with situations that make you open up. And I did. I wasn't able to deal with the emotions and the thoughts I had getting my goat like that. Pandora's box was just creaked open a little bit and then something slithered out of it. And I remember the feelings and I remember the thoughts, and it just hurt like hell. And I had to say something about it. Even this morning, got an email message from someone I had posted to covering the vigil. I guess in a way they're trying to say maybe they were willing to listen. Yeah, I'm embarrassed about it. I'm humbled, I'm humiliated, but I'm embarrassed about it. Because I put myself in that kind of vulnerable situation where I open up too much of myself, I fear, and then puts me into a delicate situation where I have to explain myself in situations. But other times, I can't. I roll with the punches, and seeing how life is being portrayed for other people, times I miss it. The simpler times, the simpler life, and the television right now is news, local news happening, shopping, turkey, groceries, and then there's testing, and then there's other things happening. We live in a different age. We live in a different world right now, and it's forcing people to comply, to think about other things. Suicides have been reported to be on a rise because the people can't deal with pressure and stress. I don't blame them. There's nothing to blame. There's nothing to blame at this point over here because I understand where the hell they're coming from. I guess someone will probably say, "Oh, do you understand?" Actually, yeah, I do. I do. You can look at another person who's suffering through the same situation over here. You see it in the eyes, you see it in the haggard features of their face, the body stance, the breathing, the emotions that they're going through, the shifting of the feet and the legs, stiffness in the joints. Yeah. And then they're trying to answer something, the haltiness of the sentences, where you're not quite sure if they're lucid fluid or if they're going through an anxiety situation where they can't even catch their breath or thought, and then somehow they start blurting things out like a verbal diarrhea. Yeah? I use disgusting terms like that, but to me it is. All right, put it in a geologic formation for you folks to understand, okay? Hawaii, a few years back. Hawaii is an active, what they call a hotspot, a volcanic hotspot. Certain times there are volcanoes that will spew out or ooze out. In certain areas, they have lava so compacted, so old, that it's hard to move, and they are with a lot of material. And it takes a hell of a lot of force to push it. And when it comes out, it's hard and crusty. But underneath it's more and more fluid. I know you're thinking more and more the biologic. I'm not doing that this morning. I'm doing the geologic. We're similar to the earth. We have our moods. We have our moments. We have our quakes. We are like nature at times. Nature has its own rules and regulations. We have our own rules and regulations artificially enforced that we have to live and abide by, otherwise all hell breaks loose. Our feelings are the same way. Our emotions, our thoughts. We deal with constant baggage, memories being backlogged in ourselves, emotions dammed up. Some things we allow in as a trickle, and other things just break the dam open, and it's hard to do damage control because everything else is rushing out. Sometimes it's healthy to get the stuff out, but the problem is on how it's being controlled. And as we've seen over the past 30 or 40 years, or worse than that, or longer than that, we've seen how the emotions guide our actions to where we're more of a detriment than we are a release valve. Suicide is one of those things that people really can't explain and talk about, because even if they've been through the damn thing, it's hard enough to talk to each other about it because we know we're so damned up. We don't have to communicate. We see the pressure in each other's face and eyes and everything else. We see what they're going through because the body itself is transmitting that information externally. I know a lot of people are saying, well, they just haven't told us yet. They're telling you. They've been telling you for a long time. Whatever things they're going through, they've been telling you. Just people have a hard time listening. That's the problem. Even I had. I was an experienced kid. When you're a kid, you're always inexperienced. You still learn from experience. I lost a good kid. I lost a good friend of mine. As I said before, a long time ago. A guy named Jimmy Baker. I think I talked to him about it. I think I posted a couple of videos about this situation here. And I didn't understand. I didn't understand why. I never saw his brother again, his older brother. Graduated out of junior high. So I had to live with that for a long while. I couldn't even talk to my family about it, let alone anybody else, because once I heard about the damn thing, it was just unheard of, unnatural. What the hell did you just say? He what? One ear out the other ear. But not precisely. It was stuck in my head. It's stuck in my head. I had to mull it over. It took me decades. And that much being under pressure, being a little brother, being picked on instead of supported by your own big brother. When you feel like the whole world's being picked on you like crazy, but your big brother's not doing damn shit about it, just laughing his ass off. No wonder you feel like you just want to chuck it all and say screw everybody. Doing it out of revenge and spite, out of pain, out of stress, out of frustration. Just chuck it all and say hell with everybody. We don't know what we're feeling and talking about. Shit, give me a break. I know exactly what it is. And it's hard to deal with it. It's hard to understand it. Because unless you already walked through the damn situation, unless you've already walked through the moccasins at this point over here, there's no way in hell you're going to be able to understand this damn shit in the first place. Nothing. But even if you happen to walk through the damn stuff, you have to go through it with a fine-tooth comb. I'm going to have to use a hell of a lot of metaphors and analogies, but it's a lot of maneuvering, a lot of searching. Because it's not even easy, even for people who've been through it, to understand it more and more. There's a lot of reasons, and sometimes we don't even understand the reasons why. We're motivated. We're living under the motivation at this point over here of self-destruction. Because it's the only way we think at the time to get rid of it. And there's underlying forces going on inside that are hard to describe. I'm going to use me, okay? I can't analyze her who's passed away, Renee. I can say about me and my family, my immediate family. It was kind of hard for me to talk about it in those other videos. It was hard enough for me to come across and bring that information forward, even about my own thoughts and my own feelings during this damn COVID situation and my own damn grief cycle going through. Morning chunk. It was hard enough to talk to a camera, let alone an audio recording. An audio recording, I don't have to see the damn thing. I can just talk like crazy and just not worry about the thing because it's still recording left and right. You gotta love cell phones and the applications, I'll tell you. But what we're doing right now, we are communicating. And I am still drinking. Yesterday's and today's coffee. To bring a little levity into the depressing situation as it is regarding depression, suicide, and everything else that tears apart the mental status and not to mention the spirit at the same time. There's nothing funny about what's going on. We have internal forces being affected upon the external forces at this point, which we still have no control over. We're still trying to deal with, still trying to cope with. And it's still hard to hell to understand this damn stuff. Because if it wasn't, I mean, if it was so damn easy, everybody would be able to skate through this damn thing. But it goes beyond what the damn COVID situation is, because we've already had the situations piling up on us already. Personally, yes. I've had issues piling up left and right. I've had mental health issues piling up left and right. Stuff I'm still trying to sort through. Every time I keep doing the audio recordings, every time I keep doing the videos, something new usually pops up, or maybe something old that I haven't completely finished on that should have been finished a long time ago. I would give a psychotherapist a run for their money. He'd take my money and run for the damn hills and say, I'm not dealing with this nut job. He's too normal. And I suppose maybe I am. Because you think I am calm and cool and collected over the situations I'm talking about. This is the most uncomfortable damn thing I'm feeling myself doing right now is trying to communicate this to people. It's not easy. Because I have to look at myself in a damn mirror at this point as I'm staring into a damn camera. And I don't like talking to myself like that. And I have to keep the language clear. Usually I prefer cussing and cursing up a storm left and right. Normal everyday language. Instead of doing what we're doing right now, trying to talk in a clear, concise language. Oh, fuck it. Fuck it, fuck it, fuck it, fuck it, fuck it. Blow me the fuck down. Fuck it, fuck it, fuck it, fuck it, fuck it. Yeah, I just turned from kids into a damn serious toddler brain here. Because I'm dealing with other shit like crazy. And because I gave myself permission to use such language, I probably will be. Always the choice. But in dealing with what the mental health issues are, will be, have been, whatever tense you could put into it, we have no choice. We simply feel and think we have no options. We're not seeing past anything. We're stuck in the moment. We are stuck in the past. We are stuck in that situation right there, right now. Nobody can see it because we can't even communicate that to the people. And it's hard for them to see what's going on, even despite the fact our body language is screaming out in different ways that we're saying, help me. I'm having a crisis. I'm having a meltdown. Help me. I fear and I feel and I think. Okay? Me. That it is difficult to damn near impossible to communicate the information. Our brain is having a conniption fit. Either we have overanalyzed, underanalyzed, or haven't even analyzed what our situation is at that point. We can't describe it. I can't describe it. I can't describe what the hell's pushing and pulling my damn brain at this point over here. So I guess the only way to get through is by drugging it to death, one way or another. Therefore, we'll just be a mellow person as we're taking our drugs. Doesn't get rid of the damn problem. We still have to identify what the hell's going on. The hardest damn thing is to put up take down the damn barriers that we've got right now, all the mental health, all the defense barriers we've got in ourselves in order to describe what's going on. Yeah, it's the hardest damn thing, isn't it? We have to lower our own expectations, our own fears, our own anticipations. Everything we've put up as a defensive barrier between us and the problem and the outside world. We've got ourselves sectioned off. It's hard to break through those barriers because we're afraid of exposure. We're embarrassed because it might mean a threat to us and to others. We feel inadequate because if we happen to say it, we are less than what we should be or projecting ourselves to be. Our own fears and our own egos are running the story at that point. They're trying to do the media blitz, as it were, to demonstrate what our image should be projected. We're a nervous wreck. We're broken down pieces of crap at this point over here. How the hell is anybody else going to be able to deal and accept me or acknowledge what's going on? I've seen it too many damn times in a lot of people. Living around here, and I also do the same damn thing myself. I put up a hell of a lot of barriers to keep people out. Because I'm afraid and ashamed of what people may look at me. I have got the worst, and that's the thing right there, and that's the feeling. I have the worst. I am the worst. Nobody else will like or tolerate or believe or even want to hang out with me or even talk to me. And if they do, my God, why? Who the hell are you? I see you as a threat one way or another. I see fear. I feel the fear. I feel the inadequacy. They're not going to like me. They're not going to accept me. Oh my God, who the hell are they? I've seen a look in a lot of people's faces when I happen to talk to other people in my past. And hanging around here, there's a couple of people who are like that. There was also one lady who used to live in my apartment complex who had schizophrenia. Her personality was switched. You think you're talking to two different people at the same time, sharing the same organism, but split. That was scary. She could be happy and you're dealing with her, and next thing she's accusing you of a lot of things. And you're like, what the hell happened? And she becomes a violent person. She had to be evicted, living out there somewhere as collateral damage. And I don't know where the hell she's getting the collateral damage from, either from society or from herself. That's another thing I've come across with a lot of people. I've also come across it with me too many damn times. That's why I keep talking about this stuff, because I see it in me all the time. Growing up as a kid and also currently as an adult. That's why I have to say this stuff. That's why I have to get this stuff out. It's not just for the folks listening. It's for me to listen to as well. Coming out of my own mouth and seeing my own self, because that's scary. This is terrifying. I have to be open and honest about a lot of things and about a lot of people. And I've left my defenses down where I feel like I'm going to be open for attack. Somebody else is going to be coming up with a smart-ass remark or something else like that, or I might be coming up with that. And then I have to bring up my damn walls left and right. And then I have to keep tearing myself apart left and right. You ever see the movie, you probably heard the story too many damn times, Beauty and the Beast. Disney did a good job of dealing with the cartoon back in the 90s. Wonderful animation. I loved it. Including the music and the actors in there. Jerry Orbach, God rest his soul. A beast. The kid was so selfish and self-centered. He turned himself, somehow this enchantress turned himself into a beast, an external version of himself. He had to learn how to be a human afterwards. At times, I can identify with that more and more. Not with the person trying to help me out with a hand. I'm identifying myself more and more like a damn beast and living in a collateral damage, physically, mentally, and spiritually. Either my own damn making or something else is making. I don't know. I don't care. It's damage around me, and I can't deal with it. I can't deal with the mess left and right. I'm not and to tell you the truth, I am not a facetious cleaner. I don't keep this place antiseptically clean. I'm not a clean freak. Never have been. I'm a slob all my life. It's comfortable surroundings. It's comfortable. I do pick up trash. I do pick up stuff. I do clean up the bathroom, and I do clean up the kitchen. But all in all, it's still a slob. Clothes scattered all over the damn place. Blankets tossed left and right. Dirty clothes piling up in bags that need to be washed. I'm comfortable. I do wash enough clean clothing to last me about maybe 2 or 3 months if I'm lucky. And the rest of the time, I'm just a slob. Toss the coat here, toss the coat there. A little layer of dust here and there. Pile up. Leave Christmas decorations up all year or two if I have to. I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable in that kind of situation there. Nothing's coming in to attack me. Nothing's coming in to bother the hell out of me. Nothing's coming in to disturb the sanctum. My inner sanctum, my inner mind, my external projection of it in the form of what I'm living in right now. Put me outside. Everything becomes compact, solidified. I become more in tune of threats outside than I am inside. Being suicidal. You wake up and suddenly you're not comfortable in your skin, you're not comfortable in your environment. You feel the outside squeezing in, the windows are wide open, the shades are pulled open, people are staring at you as if you're in a cage. You wake up in the morning and you feel that. Reminds me of a damn Star Trek episode. Yeah, I use a hell of a lot of pop culture references because, hell, I grew up on it. What can I say? What gets to me sometimes is when I do wake up in the middle of the night and I'll feel the loss of not having family. I've shown it many times in different videos and I've explained about it. Especially when I have to keep turning this damn thing over sometimes and explaining that. Because on the top shelf that you see is the ashes of those down below that you see in the picture. Well, except for me, I'm not ashes yet. My mother and my brother, as I explained before. And it's hard as hell for me to talk about it because the loss is still great. The grief. The realization is, I know they're not coming back, they're ashes. There's no way in hell they're going to be reconstituted. I have to live with the pain and the loss if they're gone. But it isn't easy because their headman says, I wanted to join them more than I can say or feel or think. But I also feel that if I happen to do that, they're also going to be ashamed of me. Because I still have potential left. I still maybe had a few things to do that were needed to be done that weren't. that I wasn't aware of. Maybe there was a person out there I didn't help. Maybe there was something I missed. And therefore I stay. I deal with the loss. I deal with the pain. I deal with the grief. I don't drug up. I don't drink up, except for coffee and milk and those kind of liquids. But I know they've already redefined me in many ways. And I have to struggle to live. I have to struggle to exist. I have to struggle with cooking, with cleaning, going to school and studying hard. I have to do that. I have to live. It's already defined me. Sometimes people say, well, I'm not going to let the pain that already defined you. For me, it already had. I already been dealing with this kind of situation, and it was hard enough for me to get over and compartmentalize the loss of favorite aunts and uncles and grandparents and dogs. And then my mother. And the last straw was my brother. And I feel like I'm almost at the point of breaking in the first place. And I almost feel like saying I'm going to chuck it all because I can't deal with this damn stuff anymore. I can't deal with losing another loved one like this because I'm afraid. I'm afraid to go out there and actually form relationships because I will lose them. I'm afraid of having friends because I will lose them. And the thing is, in life, we lose them. But tell that to your inner self. Tell that to your inner child. Tell that to the inner soul. in your mind. They live on. And your heart breaks because the physicality of it is not there. And that is a driving force for offing one person, okay? So I know it would be for me. I'm not strong. I battle. I deal with it. Other days I wake up and I'm not talking about it. I'm pushing it aside and I'm dealing with everything else going on. And yes, the news is depressing enough as it is for a hell of a long while. We're seeing a hell of a lot of depressing things. Even some of the good things that they're showing at this point over here, I can't participate in. I got no way to participate in with. So I have to deal and cope with what I've got. I buy a hell of a lot of DVDs to watch. I should be selling these damn things or putting them into a damn library. Or making them into a damn library. I go to school to pass time, not to mention to learn more things I never learned about. Maybe they help, maybe they won't. But it's great to go back to school again. But I should have did this a long time ago. Over a long time ago, I kicked my ass over this damn thing. You talk about suicide. I should have killed myself a hell of a long time ago, and I didn't. A lot of things I should have done, and I didn't. I'm older, it doesn't mean I'm much more wiser. I have that less time. And now I got to cram everything else in. You talk about pressure, about stress. I'm supposed to take it a day at a time, a minute at a time, a second at a time. And now he's feeling the pressure of it. You don't think that's a reason to kill yourself? I hardly ever have anybody comment over here saying how the hell I'm doing. Feel discarded at times. You don't think that's another reason to kill yourself? Talking to you, the general public, and also to myself regarding these things. I have neighbors I talk to from time to time. I don't have to lie to them like crazy. I have to lie to them like crazy because I don't trust enough. I haven't lowered down my barriers enough to let the people see the real me. Sometimes I'm afraid to see the real me. Doing videos like this is not exactly the easiest damn thing in the world, as I said before, and I'll say it again. Because you have to lower your expectations, your barriers, your defenses. You have to be truthful and honest at the time. Not cash register honest, but honest enough. A lot of people say, oh good, now I got material to use on him. Yeah, I got an answer for that one, pal. Sit and spin. Sit and spin. I still got enough teeth left to bite you back. And there goes the defense mechanisms, throwing it up because now I'm into the fight and flight situation. Because after saying everything else and going through that little bit I just did about a minute ago, puts my defenses back on red alert. So now I got to be fearful and paranoid about everything else these days. And this sucks. Can't even enjoy a good morning outside, you know? It's cold and crisp. Sun's coming up. Wonderful. There's no clouds in the sky. Rats. Good to get something scenic there on camera. Something for enjoyment. Maybe lasting for posterity. Something to smile at. No wonder I've been fiddling around this damn thing with my hands. Those ties that you see and toss away left and right, they're useful at times. But just saying all this to the general public, to people in general, to myself, it's cathartic. It's a way of telling me that, without telling me directly or indirectly, or trying to force it down people's throats, or even my own. And I don't have to say it. People may want to hear about it, and they cringe about it because they don't want to hear it. They want to hear it, but they don't want to hear it. You got this little bit of a mental twist going on. I suppose I'm one of those. People will be doing the physical hand signs and whatever they can say for something of a P word. What, I'm a peon? Okay. Okay, I get to be peed on, or I'm a peon. I get to pee on people. But if you're going to be using that other P word, or that other O word, or that other A word, I don't want to hear and feel it. Are you kidding me? I'm depressed enough as it is. I'm trying to feel cathartic here. I'm trying to release my burdens, and now you're putting the pressure back on me again? How dare you? I have to chuckle at that one. I have to chuckle at that one because I make it into a joke. Because I already know. I want to be told. I could tell myself a hell of a long time ago I'm a fool, I'm an idiot. But when it comes time for lowering the barriers like this is not a fool and this is not an idiot. This is me. This is me. In all my glory. Except if I have to take off the damn shirt, you're going to be scared as hell. You don't want to see a large, fat man, half-assed naked, showing his top portion to the world. Are you kidding me? How do you think I got a different personality at this point over here? Well, yeah, because I'm trying to possibly communicate in a different way that you lower down your defenses and you talk about your stuff and you get it out in the open. And if I don't happen to hear any reinforcements of one particular nature, but not of the other nature, then I've got to be somewhere in the middle, and that's okay. I did it. That's depressing. I'm not going to make the joke about, well, then let's offer ourselves. No, thank you. I'm not going to do that to people. I don't laugh about it either. It's no joke. But people have to make a joke about that kind of situation. It's not funny. So some people may think it's funny. But some of us have been there and living it and walking it. It isn't. And the thing of it is, the world doesn't care half the time in the first place. The ones that don't care are the ones not paying attention enough. And for the ones that are paying attention, they're trying to get your goat because they want to see a smile or, dare I put the P word out there, positive nature. You have to be positive here. You just smile. That's all laugh. You're entitled to laugh, you know. No, I'm entitled to live in grief and pain and misery at this point over here throughout eternity because that's my lot in life. Deal with that remark. I'll piss them off left and right. The psychiatrist, the psychologist. No, I'm here just to waste your damn time and give you more money at this point over here, make me broker and shit, and make me feel more and more depressed in my life at this point over here, where I get to meet God and depress the living crap out of him. He'll put me in hell. I'll be home. That's a terrible thought, you know. That's a smart-ass remark. A smart-ass remark of being a ill attempt of being humorous, but you know, I'm a smart-ass. I got it from my brother. We both had to be smart-asses to our mother. Only because Mom was sometimes a smart-ass too. I wonder how the hell God deals with her in the first place. Alive and upstairs. Well, I finished that last swallow there. Let me finish off this long diatribe, which is probably either putting you in a catatonic state or probably in a state of unease. Or at least maybe something of knowing another person at this point. That yes, there can be times you could use humor when you need to. You can also attempt to smile, attempt to laugh. Some people call it very cathartic when you get to those kind of situations. That you're able to look at yourself and be positive again. I hate to tell you something, but no. No. You choose to be, you choose to be. Sometimes you may not have a choice. Other times, something will strike you, and then you're forced to respond like a damn reaction rash. Or you actually are getting past those stages and saying to yourself, maybe there is something what they're talking about. Maybe there is something that they're really talking about. And maybe it's something I need to talk to other people about. That our problems are no longer the major colossal threat ready to squeeze us out. They are major challenges, and somehow or another we will survive. I'm not saying live happily ever after. I'm saying survive. Because right now, that's all in the game right now. It's just survival. I needed to get this off my chest. I needed to let other people know what's going on. Mentally, physically, spiritually. This isn't the easiest, and this is a long-winded thing, but it had to be said. It had to be put on video. It had to waste up room. But I generally don't do these things unless I have something important to say or communicate to people about what's going on, because maybe one way or another it'll help another person out. People are looking for damn short Twitter account messages to get the point across, and it doesn't. It goes deeper and deeper than that. Think of it as a miner. You've only scratched the surface. You still got a long way to go, baby, to get that vein out. It may take a lifetime, or it may not. But whatever is inside of you that's giving you the grief, little by little it does come out. Maybe not in a whoosh, maybe not an explosive nature, but eventually you get it out. I'm hoping maybe, just maybe, people will understand. And last night, about a couple of videos and messages, I've been posting this damn thing like crazy, but I think it's necessary. I haven't used it. This is my own way of getting myself to open up. Because usually I'm like those who are suffering. We don't talk about it much. We don't even talk about it much to each other. We're totally embarrassed and humiliated like crazy. And speaking of which, my emotional support dog needs more of my support than I need hers. Only because she's missed a lot of family, and I'm the only one she's got left. Meet Mamas. Mamas, say hello to the world. Oh God, not that camera, no! I know, she don't want to be on camera. She don't like the camera. She hates to be put on display. She's your sweet baby. But this is mine. Where's yours?